Welcome to Oh Brother, a podcast where we try to figure it all out with your hosts, Brandon and Collin. On this week's show, more pockets. Ahoy!
Ahoy.
What's going on?
Like, can't get my headphones on. There we go. Okay,
Oh, no.
everything is fine. What's up?
I can hear clearly. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Oh, good. I'm glad you have everything is well and your headphones are fitting appropriately.
That's true. And trying not to become frozen. It's so cold outside right now.
I'm gonna tell you, today I had a dog walk at
Oh, that is terrible. I'm
2
sorry.
p.m.
Just that's
It was at 2. The real feel while I was out walking was -7. It was
ew. Gross.
It was, and so we had to go to Springfield yesterday. Yeah, that was yesterday, and for a checkup appointment. And it was like, okay, so and on our way down, Megan's folks sent us a message, and they were like, hey, just a heads up, this is for later tonight. The weather report was calling for snow squalls. Snow squalls.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's a thing that you can have.
It was a thing. And so imagine us going, well, we're not going to be out too late then, and like racing back home to only encounter said snow squalls. And basically it is this intense driving wind and blinding snow. And then like
so blizzard?
No, and then like 100 yards later, you're out of it.
Oh.
And then
that's weird.
You hit it again. And it's like it was fun.
That is very perplexing.
Yes. I
was
not enjoy that at all.
It doesn't sound particularly fun.
No.
And exciting.
No.
That sounds terrible. The only thing it snowed here yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yes. It was like 30 seconds of snowing. We were I had the window of my classroom open, and it was like, oh look, some snowflakes, and it's gone. Okay, there we go. That was done.
Did you enjoy it? Okay, because they're not here anymore.
Yeah, it was nice for the 30 seconds that it was there, but yeah, kind of underwhelming. It was just very cold. So that was
yes. Now it has not been. Today has been miserable. I have not enjoyed a second of the weather.
That's why I have not gone outside today.
Yeah, we did go outside a wee bit, but it no.
I don't think it's gonna be better tomorrow either. So just get ready for that.
No better, people.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty wretched. I've just been hiding inside all day. Think about that. So there's also like a billion kids at school that have been sick. So I'm sure this cold weather is not really helping that either.
I'm sure it's been pleasant.
Right?
Yeah.
So.
And I can tell our heater has been running a lot more at night because I wake up in the morning and my nose and throat are just like Atacama. Like it is.
Yeah.
It is not good at all. And I basically spend the first 7.25 minutes just being like, it's great.
I don't think we need the sounds. That's all right though. It's good.
And then I'm like, have to go like, if you have your mouth so dry, you don't drink the water. You just like hold it in your mouth because you're just like, surely something will soak in if I just hold it.
Yeah, right. Like I gotta absorb it through. Like, yeah, that's fun. I love that.
Yeah. As I take another drink of water.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it has been
pretty terrible. So, what else have you done this week other than freeze yesterday and today and probably tomorrow?
Yeah.
What?
No, I know. I went to. Oh, yeah, I'll tell you. I went to a chamber lunch. Because we joined a new chamber for this year. Well, first off, this is the time of year where I got to send lots of money to all of the surrounding towns, buying my business license so that I can.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they appreciate that, right?
Yeah, yeah, and it's always like I am not one to lie on these documents, but several of the towns have sliding scales for how much you make determines how much you pay.
Now that sounds a bit suspect.
I want to know. I
that's called. Yeah,
I could ask them one day. What's the enforcement on this like? Like, just be honest. Like, if I were to put, I made $1, how would you know? Like,
some men will come to your house.
This is what
right, and they will.
Like, how? No, I understand.
They will have strong Italian accents.
And everything. It'd be a shame. And so, I understand if you have like a lawn crew and you have 48 trucks that are all around town. Like, someone from the city is going to go, maybe we'll talk to that guy. But like, otherwise, I don't know. Like, I filled out it appropriately and put how much, whatever. But one of those things you think about, like, what's this process like? What's the audit rate for for these? Not that I did anything. Okay, like, just don't ask.
Obviously, it's all allegedly. All allegedly.
No one would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I filled that out, and that was another thing of, you realize how little is required just of anybody for anything. Like, we joined the chamber in this other town before we had a business license there, and I thought at some point they would cross-reference one another. No, they don't care. The chamber does not care whether you are.
That's very weird.
Like, they don't care if you're operating legally or if you have inspections. No, you have money, they'll take it and they'll promote you.
What do they care? It's kind of weird that you would join a chamber without even like operating in the area. Like,
yeah, no. Do they ask? Do you work here? No. Don't be so silly.
No, I'd imagine if they're just like, oh, you're gonna give us money, all right, we're not gonna really worry about like why or how. We're just gonna take it from you, and then we're gonna take some more. Like, we're gonna
apps, and they'll take advertising dollars from you. They'll get you on whatever you want, buddy. They'll be so happy for. I'm so confused by this. I'm just like, what? Huh? Why wouldn't you? Isn't there nothing? Okay.
That is pretty weird.
Like,
this is yet another racket. It seems really bizarre to me that you would have to like pay to have your business license again every year. Like, that's kind of like property tax. Like, well, I know I bought it and I paid tax on it, and then I have to pay tax to have it. Like, what is that?
Don't get me started. Don't.
What do you mean?
Like, the other thing that and another thing is in Texas, when you bought the vehicle, you paid. Let me get this straight. You paid the taxes then, like at the dealer, which is not the case here in Missouri. When you buy a vehicle, you don't pay anything when you're there. You only pay when you go to register the car. And then
yeah, which is weird. Like,
which was unexpected to me when we bought our first car here, because they were like, okay, and now you owe us $2,000.
Yeah, like a large amount. Like, wait a minute, hold on.
Sorry, I missed a memo somewhere. If you could just give me a moment to what? Yeah, it was not good. Not good. But
it's almost like there should be a national standard for these things, or that it shouldn't exist. I mean, I understand paying like sales tax, I guess, but like, why would you do it at different times? Why would you not? I don't understand. Like, why would it not be in the price of the car when you're buying it, right? Like, why would that happen? Like,
one would think, right? Like, one would potentially think, but anyway, I don't know. So I went to the meeting, and so they do these lunches, and they have different places that cater them for each time. And I will say this, they generally do a great job. And what they always do is, highlight a different restaurant from around the area, that kind of stuff.
Whoever paid the most business tax, yes. Wink, wink, right? Like, wink,
or was this in kind? Wink.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe it's a little.
Don't know.
Maybe it's a little. Hey, if you come cater our business lunch, maybe your tax bill's a little light. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Say a little bit of this.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. So, but I will say, in this case, they walked up and it was all the. Not to complain about food again, but unfortunately, what it was you walked up and they said, "Okay, it's chicken fingers and fries. Would you like one chicken finger or two?"
What kind of question is that? Who wants one chicken finger? Oh my gosh! What?
In the realm
of stingier in school lunch, what's going on around here?
In the realm of possibilities for amount of chicken fingers, I will tell you this: neither one nor two.
I mean,
was
neither of those. Yeah, you're right. Neither of those is sufficient number of chicken fingers. No. But one is just obscene. Like, who is gonna? I'm gonna ask my kids on Monday that. Okay, guys, what would you do if someone asked if you would like a chicken finger? And
yeah.
They're gonna be like, throw it on the ground. I don't want.
Yeah, not a couple. Not a handful, like a singular chicken finger. Now, in their defense,
I think there's a minimum 3, right?
Yes. Yeah, 3 is minimum.
Yeah, it's the minimum. Like, if you were, I would imagine, like, if you were, like, I'm thinking about this in terms of like an order, like from a restaurant, right? Yes. Like, if you were going to order like a small chicken finger thing, it would be like 3 chicken fingers and some French fries.
Oh, for sure.
It would definitely not be one.
No. Nobody would ever order. Now, I will say these were kind of larger-ish. They were more like kind of hand battered.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Who cares?
No. So I stared.
Not an excuse.
In disbelief. Stared in disbelief, and what I said, I'll take 2. I'll take 2. And then I did not want any of their cold, nasty fries. So
I wonder if taking 2 chicken fingers, like, they would have given you less fries anyway, though. Like, probably. I wonder if they were like, oh, there's only a certain amount of. There's like a ratio that must be maintained. 2 fingers gets you less French fries. 1 finger is more French fries.
Yeah. It'll probably, I don't know. It'll happen.
I don't know. But anyway, so, cold French fries that have been sitting on a table are not really it.
No.
It's really not really the jam.
I took my small, watery sweet tea, and I had my 2 chicken fingers. I sat down and started talking to some people. This guy next to me, and he's like, "What's your name?" Collin, blah, blah. Tell my last name and what we're doing there. And he goes, "Huh, that's an interesting last name. He's like thinking, and I'm like, well, I don't know. That's kind of weird. What do you do? And he was like, oh, I'm in heating and air. And I was like, you, you
I see now why you have some.
you know my dad. As you've run into my dad, either I'm sorry or yep, that's how he is. I don't. It was fantastic. He was just like, because he was like processing, like, where did the name? Oh, that sound like he was reaching for something. I'm like, yeah, that's that guy.
yeah, I know that guy too. It's fine.
I know too. So we do that, and the speaker for this thing, because they always try. What I do appreciate about this particular thing is that they spend a little bit in the front doing community updates. So they'll generally have someone from at the county level, like a commissioner there. They'll have like the city planner there or the mayor there. Sometimes they'll have a superintendent, either like a fire chief or police chief. They'll have a smattering, like 4 different people reporting about stuff that's going on. I think that this is what chambers need to be doing. And if chambers aren't doing this, it's a big waste. Now, this can obviously go down weirdly, where if suddenly like they're, I don't know, racketeering or pushing the businesses to do something for the county or whatever, like, okay, that can go something. But like updating about, hey, here's the sales tax initiative that's coming on at the state level. Here's how we're processing it. Here's what we're doing to save money. Here's blah, blah, blah. And like the police coming up and giving their police reports and what they're doing for training and all this. Like, this is good. And I think businesses need to be aware of this, and just the community needs to be aware. So I really appreciate it. The other thing that they do is they try and make these lunch and learns. So what they'll do is they'll have a guest speaker, either a professional speaker or a business coach or something like that, or a marketer come out to talk about something specific. And this was the speaker is the current president of the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if you know the hubbub going on around the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame.
I just seem to recall that there is hubbub surrounding it. Yeah. I don't recollect what that is.
Well,
but I do seem to remember that there is some nefarity afoot of some sort. Yes.
Well, one of those things that is afoot is its location. It's moving. So he stepped in, and his background was actually from Price Cutter. And the reason he was connected to the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame is because they would do the Price Cutter Open or the Price Cutter whatever
But the golf thing.
The golf thing.
Yeah.
He was the head and spear point of that from Price Cutter. Well, 2023 something whatever. The then president of, because I didn't realize this, but the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame is a Hall of Fame, but also it's a massive charity that raises money and then gives over like close to $1 million away every year to charities in the area and around Missouri. Well, he got called by the then president and was like, hey, we have no money. And the guy at the time was like, okay, well, you're a nonprofit, so we'll just get through the upcoming golf thing and we'll see how it squares out. And the guy was like, no, you don't understand. We don't have enough money to put that on.
Oh.
And they were like, what? Long story short, somehow
smells like embezzling.
I mean,
big charities like that don't often just like magically run out of money.
Well, especially to the tune of well over 7 figures.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that smells fishy to me.
Yeah, he was standing up there. So eventually he got tapped to come in and get it turned around. When he stepped in, he said, we were well over 7 figures in debt. I didn't have enough money like operating cash flow to give everybody in this room $1. And he was like, and I'm not joking about that. And it was like, oh, there's like 104 people in this room. Like, oh. And they pulled a bunch of sponsors together. They got the 2023 event. Oh, no. It was a 2024 event. They barely scrambled that together. But they weren't able to pay like their charities. And this, I didn't know this, is that golf tournament is sanctioned by the PGA. It's actually.
I guess I didn't really know that. I mean, yeah, I didn't. I don't think I knew that.
No, it was the PGA. So they worked with the PGA to like make it a big deal, and it was actually part of the stair step in a few of their big things that they do. So it was an important part of that. And you got to see some big players over the years.
That is true. Yeah, I guess there were some big people that came through there.
Yeah, PGA wasn't happy about 2024. They said, okay, 2025, pull it off. Long story short on that, by the way, they are no longer doing golf tournaments because PGA was like, we're done with you guys. No, this is yeah. So this guy comes in and he was like, anyway, it was just very interesting because his mindset is from Price Cutter as a grocer. And he said, I am used to operating on profit margins somewhere between 1% and 3%. He's like, typically, if we're having a good day, it's like 1.74% profit on the items that we're working on. So when I'm used to working on a tight budget, like this is I mean it,
right? Like for real.
Yeah. They were so extreme as far as like their operating cost that like to just try and keep their heads above water, they wouldn't turn on any lights in the building. They wouldn't use the elevator because he said, A, I couldn't pay for the electricity, and B, if it broke, I don't know where that money's coming from to fix that thing. And so like he's like grinding this down, and they get to the point where they're like, what do we do with this building? Because it had been neglected for years, and he basically said, there's no way that we can keep this. And so part of his talk was doing things that are unpopular to stay on mission. And it was very interesting to hear how he walked through this, like at every step, I had to I was just like, it's cutting. Cause we have no budget. We have no money. I don't care about a building. What am I paying for the electricity for that building? What do you even mean? And how it was, the people in the community were like, you are disgracing John Q. Hammond's idea and this legacy, and what a horrible person. And I'm like, well, first off, if you know nothing about John Q. Hammond, it's like, he was
it's not exactly like a nice dude, right?
He was the epitome of, I'll give you a bunch of money for this, but I will give you nothing to upkeep and maintain it. Good luck.
Yeah, right. Like, oh yeah, we'll build it, but tough tiddlywinks after that. Like, you don't get that.
All he did. So like, come on. Anyway, so he finishes his talk, and it was interestingly received because there were people in there who like knew him really, really well, and other people who I think were a little bit more on the other spectrum of like, you should have kept the building, harumph. But like, what do you expect? So anyway, that was my lunch. My very small lunch of my 2 chicken fingers, which I ate.
It's very sad
in his
lunch.
The first 3 sentences of his intro. I was like, well, I'll just nurse this watery sweet tea for another 23 minutes, I guess.
So sad.
So sad. Yeah. So I think that was my highlight of this week. I really, really didn't do a whole lot other than that. Yeah. I just pulled up my calendar. I do have on Wednesday at 3:30. I did try and take a nap. So that was
oh, well, there you go. That's good. You got good you had to I'm a little worried that you had to calendar that one. I don't know.
I mean, it sounds like I didn't do anything this week. My calendar was so
it was either
full.
it was either a really good nap or you didn't have any time you had this calendar the nap. That's really the only two options here. Like,
I really had to just squeeze that in because it was like, this is not happening otherwise. I need to make it known that this is what's happening. This is what I'm going to try and do this, and we'll just see what takes place. So
yes, that's fair.
I'm looking.
That's fair.
Looking ahead to at my last thing this week. So we have our 2005 Honda Accord that we've had for coming up on 10 years.
A long time.
A lot of years, obviously. And it is going into limp mode. And this is hard.
Oh no.
This is hard.
And hanging on. Yeah.
This is hanging on. And it's to that point where like you turn it on and for whatever reason, the engine's like really like clackety when it should be real smooth. And whatever that is, it's just it needs tuned, right? But I'm like, starting to have those discussions of how much more goes into this thing, like how much really, and especially when you start having to it's coming up on like 200,000 miles, and which is fine, and like, okay, we got to do control arms and the bushings, and we got to do this, and we've got to do that, and we've got to make sure we do this. Like, oh my goodness, we're just starting to feel this. And so having those conversations around moving on is hard for some involved. Maybe me.
Yeah.
Potentially.
I
don't know.
We say some. I know it's not me. I know that.
Yes. When you put it like that, yes, it definitely kind of narrows down who it could be. Yeah. So this has increased and made me more intense and fervent about finding ways.
Facebook Marketplace. No, I'm just kidding.
That and
but also
how to repurpose the front seats of the car.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm feeling like deck chairs, right? And can you just whip them out and then build a base and attach them to the base? Then you just have some chairs for the porch, right? Totally don't be weird at all.
Or
I think,
or office chair.
True. Office chair, right?
Office chair. I'm thinking office chair. I'm also thinking, the other thing is, but just how to what to do with these, and because one of these seats is very. It's very sentimental. Obviously, it was going to go away.
True.
At some point.
Right. Like,
so, trying to figure out how do we save one and or both. And then I had the thought, of how do you make a car just disappear? And I got to be honest, I'm coming up on 40 in a couple years, and I'm like, I've never thought about this.
Oh, well, that's true. That's fair.
That's like, how does a car just like stop existing to the world?
We've had to do that before, and I can't remember. Like, it was just one of those like, there's a guy who will come and just like one of our cars when it finally just like collapsed. We like a dude came and just put it on the trailer, and he just took it away. Like they just took it to like for scrap or whatever. Like that was it. Like, here you go. Like, and so he just came and picked it up from the house.
So this is.
I remember it was like somebody that we knew. It was like it was one of those like, oh, well, we know that like this friend of ours like knows a guy who like takes care of these things, right? Like,
yeah, yeah. And that's exactly what I found is basically you call a junkyard, they come over, and either there is or isn't an exchange of money, and either you do or do not give them a title, and then you call your insurance agent and say, nope, I don't have this one anymore, and it goes away.
Yeah, that sometimes they'll pay you for like, oh, it will get this, like it weighs this much, so
yeah,
you can have this many dollars. So like, it's not a lot of dollars, but it is some dollars.
Well, and Megan was like, she's like, why would they pay you for it? And I was like, well, because they're going to turn around and they're going to part the crap out of this thing.
Yeah, the money comes from like, oh, this I'm going to sell the door panel or the mirror and then the quarter panel and the hood, right? Like that, yeah. But they have to hold it for a long time in order to recoup the money from that, right? So they give you like scrap weight money, and then they just set it at their place, and then over many years they'll make the money off between of it. Somewhere between 2 and 12 years they will get money out of it, right? Like
yeah. And as soon as I told Megan, like, oh, they're going to part it out, of course, what was her first thought? Well, can we do that?
I mean,
and I said,
no.
We
don't have somewhere between 2 and 12 years to sit with pieces of a car in a driveway. But like if they have like a business, they'll either have a business with just like a lot in the back that just has like skeletons of cars, or they actually have a junkyard.
Yeah.
Which is just like full. If you've ever seen one, it's just like rows and rows and rows and rows of just like whatever. They just drag it out there and set it.
Yeah.
And then if somebody needs a piece, they're like, yeah, it's over in that row.
Good luck.
Go for it. Like,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I was just like, yeah. And she's like, well, can we do that? No, that is not a thing. I'm not sawing off my catalytic converter and then putting that on Facebook Marketplace. Are you kidding?
No.
Like, no.
And then eventually, after it sits there for long enough, and then they don't, they'll crush it and sell it for just scrap metal for weight, right? So they'll get whatever they can out of it. But again, it has to sit for a while. So they have like they basically just need a big field to sit it in for a while. Like that's.
Yeah. It's just going to go over there and sit.
Yeah. It's going to sit there for now. That's how it works. Yeah. It's kind of nuts, but. Yeah. I think one of ours went to a dude had like a garage, right?
Sure.
And he just had like stuff in the back. And then he just sat out there for a while and slowly got parted out to other things.
Slowly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is that's on our time horizon. Is what does that look like for us and dealing with the motion?
True. That's fair. That's fair. We have the key for our car still, like because it was the car that Susan was driving when we like met.
Yeah.
Right. And then we like took that car everywhere. So like we have the key. We put it in a Christmas ornament.
Oh. Of course it's in a Christmas ornament.
I mean, yeah. Where else did it go?
Of course it is.
But we were both very sentimental when it had to go because, like, you know, we did a lot of stuff in there. That's where I proposed to her. Like when we drove the car over to the thing, and I proposed to her at the Christmas light display in the car. Right. So like, this whole thing. So I get you. I understand.
So, yes, I will. We'll see if we get some casters and some things to make furniture out of it. But that happened this week, especially because just remember front seats are stupidly heavy. Oh. Right, they're way heavier than you think they are. Yes. Well, especially because one of them is electric, and I'm like, maybe that one stays, and maybe that one doesn't.
Or you can plug it into the wall and
don't tempt me. Tempt me. So last night, because the kids stayed at Megan's folks, and So we decided we were going to go out. We were going to check on this visit together, and it was like again, see aforementioned like snow squalls, and so we're driving around, and it's a cold start, so the engine is even more like intensely rattling, and it sounds horrible.
Oh no!
And there's ice all over the car, and so as we're going around, the back window is like. Like legitimately sounds like it is just
coming
like,
out. Like
yes, it is coming out. And Megan is just like, she's going, "Are we? Oh my goodness, this is not good, Collin. I know, it's fine, it's fine. Keep going, keep going. Everything will be fine."
Yeah, almost there. It's okay.
We were quite prepared.
Nice.
Yes. So
good grief.
Anyway, but yeah,
yes.
that was my week.
That's pretty good, yes. Right? My week wasn't too exciting, except I've come out of retirement officially.
Yes,
as you may or may not have seen. Yeah. So that happened this week. Ta-da! Surprise. Out of retirement for now, or at least partway. I played some trumpet with the high school pep band at the girls' basketball game. That's pretty fun.
Yeah,
pretty exciting, right? Like,
so did somebody just come into your room? Did you hear this through the grapevine and you volunteered? Like, what happened here? Oh, hello.
Yes.
So
you're back.
Okay. So what happened here? Did you get voluntold to do this? Did you hear it through the grapevine?
Oh, not really. I'd been I went and played with the 6th grade band in just band class a few times, right?
Okay.
Because they were, we could whatever. So I was talking to the band director about stuff, and over before Christmas, she was like, "Oh yeah, that would be cool if you would do that." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll think about it." And she gave me the music folder, so I looked at it a little bit and stuff. But then she did just text me and be like, "Hey, so our trumpet player is going on a college visit. What are you doing on Thursday?"
No particular reason, right?
Yeah, for no particular reason at all.
Nice.
Because she was like, "I can play some of the trumpet parts, but my trumpet playing is not very good." And I was like, "Well, I can't promise that mine will be either, but
however,
we'll just go for it." Yeah. So I went and practiced with them a couple times. I went this week after school. They had a couple pep band practices, so I went there, and then I just showed up to the game on Thursday. It was pretty good. It was fun. Awesome. Was it beautiful? No, but was there a couple rough patches in there? Yeah, but it was fine. It was fun though.
Yeah,
a little rusty, but it's all good. It was loud trumpet noises, and that is really all that matters
when it comes to trumpets and pep bands. You just need some loud noises.
Yeah, I played some notes at the end of the song, mega high up, right? And I don't remember what song it was on. It was just little stingers, little things, whatever. And the kids turned around and looked at me "What was that?" I'm like, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's what you're supposed to do.
But it was really hilarious when the clarinet players turned around and "What?" It's what? What?
Yeah, don't.
They're trumpet noises. What trumpet players do. They play loud, high things. It's just how it happens. So it was really funny though when I thought it was hilarious when they turned around and looked at me "What?" So I call that a win for
freaking out the clarinet players. Yeah,
right, for freaking out the clarinet players. Right, when you can frighten the woodwind section, I think that's good. Right, you've done your job. It's
okay. Put it away.
Yeah, so it's okay. My face hurt really bad because I haven't played that much in forever. Because when I played with the 6th grade band, that's kind of low intensity.
Yeah.
Right. We're not really playing
You're not
up
attacking.
very high.
Yeah.
We're not playing for a very long amount of time. Even in like the hour-long 6th grade band class, we have to like warm up and do like, so it's like a very low intensity thing, right?
Sure.
The first day that I played with the pep band, they were just like, all right, we're starting. I was like, oh, okay.
Ow.
Let's go. Like, we're just no warm up at all. We're going to play for an hour. All right. This is, that hurt.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that hurt a little bit. We were sort of holding on by the end. Like, I could tell, like, I have no embouchure. I'm doing like very bad habity things right now, but we're pushing through. So, you know what? It's fine.
We have to. We're doing what we need to do to survive.
Yeah, like wood. Yeah. So this is not ideal. Obviously, this is not what you should be doing. But I'm gonna do it anyway because I can make noises like this. So it's fine. Well, so it was good. I got to practice with them. Well, I practiced the first day. I practiced the girl that plays trumpet was there, so she was like, no, she was telling me about the songs and like stuff. Nice. But then the next day she was gone, so I played with the band director and then the kids. So it was really fun, and it was also fun too because like at this point, I know all of the kids in band, so I just made it like fun too, right? Like, I've had you all in class. X number of years, somewhere between 1 and 5 years ago. Yes. So like,
obviously,
or 6, I guess. So about 1 to 6 years ago, I've had you in my class, so I know who you are. So that was fun too. It was just kind of fun, some vibes, right? So I enjoyed it. I also thought it was fun because Susan had never heard me play trumpet before.
What?
Really? Like around the house, just like making like, but like actual with groups like loud like that. She's never really heard that. She's never heard that before. I don't think so. Yeah, that was kind of fun.
Yeah,
that was exciting. I like that part. So, yeah, it was a little nerve-wracking, right? A little jitters. I did have the moment also where you like practice the songs. And you're like, yeah, okay, I'm pretty sure I understand this. I know how the rhythm goes, right? And then they're like, all right, you're playing this song. And you just look at it and you go, how the heck does this song go?
Wait a minute. Wait
a minute.
Wait. Yeah, you don't.
Which one's this?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
When you don't have that, like, that mental model of what is supposed to be happening. Like,
yeah. When I played those songs for 2 days, like, I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I looked at some of them in my house, like, but like I didn't like play them too much.
Yeah, and your brain just goes, goodbye.
Yeah. Like, I don't remember what I thought about this an hour ago. Oh no.
Yeah. There's nothing's there.
So there's nothing. So I had a couple of those moments. But it was fine. It was fine. So,
sure. Well, that's got it.
Yeah, it was good. It was fun. So I'll probably go back, see if I can find some time to go back again here and there. It was just fun to do that. I just wanted to play. Figure I have this stupid thing in my closet. I might as well do something with it.
Well, so, yeah, that was my question. Like, you gonna try and pop in and out more, or just kind of whenever? Or
yeah, I think so. I think we're just gonna. Yeah, it's kind of whenever. I'm definitely not going to every basketball game because ain't nobody got time for that. But
okay, fine.
There's a lot of them. Right? Like but yeah, I think I'm gonna try to go to a couple more. I think because it was fun. I had fun. So there you go. Out of retirement, look at there. Out of retirement tour. It was good times. So
that's cool. That's good. I'm glad you got to do that. That's very, very fun, very neat.
So I had to sneakily send you that picture just to see. Like,
yeah, I was like,
oh, hey, guess what?
This is where I tell you, I may or may not have video evidence of this as well, but I can't say.
That.
I don't. Oh, well.
My bookmark. Speaking of surprises,
guess
who Pip runs into? Surprise. Surprise. We left off in 22. Yes? Right. Right. So we have discovered that he is coming to be with the pale young gentleman, aka Herbert Pocket, right? I think that chapters 22 and 23, I like to think about this as a tale of two expositions, right? One of the, this is a lot of information and new things dumped on Pip, right?
Yeah.
But I think one of these chapters is easy to read and flowy, and the other one is not that, right? Like the other one is very dense and just sort of drags on with a lot of really weird things happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reading chapter 23 and the whole time going, what on earth is happening?
What? Yes. The phrase, huh? What? Happened a lot.
It was so weird. These people in this book are so strange. I have no idea why. I don't know if they're strange because they're strange, or if they're strange because I'm missing something because I'm not reading this in 1850, right? I can't always tell, right? But I think the Pockets are just weirdos.
Right. Is this commentary supposed to be for something else?
Right? Yeah.
Or is this for people of the time? Is that what this is supposed to be? Is this just these are supposed to be characters that are displaying attributes that we should be aware of and should know about? Because that's some of these things are okay, Miss Havisham is obviously the way she is to get across a point that's important to the story.
Yeah.
What are the Pockets doing?
Yeah, I think there's some of that. I think there is some of that cranked up, pretty high for satire a little bit or whatever. But I think there is some, maybe a little commentary that aren't missing. Because when we read Connecticut Yankee, right? That book is oops, all commentary, but it's very obvious and very on the nose because of the setting and because of all that stuff, right? Because this is a contemporary, it was written contemporary with the time, about the time.
Yes.
Some of the things I think are going beyond me. At least I think so, because otherwise, what the heck is this chapter?
Yeah. I mean,
it's a lot more. If it is that, it's a lot more subtle, right? Dickens is playing a little more cool and calm, but there's some stuff where I was what on earth? They're banging the baby's head around. I was what is happening? What is
something
wrong
with
with these people?
Weird thing going on.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah. I don't.
Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. 22 again. I think 22 as a chapter is very successful, right? Mm-hmm. I like this chapter a lot. I like the way that Pip and Herbie here are talking to each other, right? They're just real, because the pale young gentleman, little Mr. Pocket here, is he's a lot of things, but he's pretty chill, right?
Yeah.
Pip responds several times that he doesn't believe him to be villainous. You know, he doesn't.
He's very chill. He also is still a bit naive about the world too. You're right. Pip is basically I think this guy's cool. In
He's like the most normal person he's met so far.
So far. And I love how throughout Herbert is also periodically throwing out tips for like how he should be behaving too. Where
yes, I think that's why this chapter is so good. It's funny, right? Like in the beginning, they're like, "Oh yeah, here's my name, blah blah blah. My name's actually Herbert," and he's like, "Okay, you can call me Herbert." He's like, "My name's Philip," and he's like, "Yeah, no, that name's weird. I don't like Philip." And he says he does the thing where he's like, it brings to mind, and then he lists like 20 things that it reminds him of that are just like off. And so he's like, "Do you mind terribly if I call you Handle?" And he's like, guess, sure. Yes. As a familiar name, right? You can just be Handle. Because apparently there is a piano piece by Handle called, what is it called? The Blacksmith, right?
Yes.
The Harmonious Blacksmith.
Harmonious,
right? Yeah. Did I listen to the Harmonious Blacksmith this week? You bet I did, Collin. It's
I will say, okay, so just peek behind the curtain here, folks. There are times where I read something and I go, I don't know if that makes sense. What's that? And then the little thought in the back of my head goes, Brandon will take care of that. I had this
good thought.
The briefest of thought of like, do I? No, I'm sure Brad's got that. That was just, tell me about this. As far as
it's so just takeaways in general. It's very nice. It's very Handle, right? Like if you listen to any other stuff, it's like, yeah, he wrote that. It's like a very upbeat. Like I listened to a couple different renditions, right? Because like there's people that like, a lot of times people interpret these classical pieces differently. Right. So I just listened to a couple random soloists on YouTube playing it. And but it is very like upbeat and very like like very like staccato-y and upbeat and like cheerful sounding. Right. And so that really kind of fits the vibe of the chapter as a whole, I think.
Yes.
Because like this whole chapter is very like positive and upbeat. Like, and even like, you know, when we get here a little bit and he's like, old Herbert is talking about like his goals and stuff. And he's like, yeah, I think I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. And Pip's like, oh yeah, do you have any? He's like, well, no, but I will have. And Pip's like, well, I get a strong feeling that he will not, but I'm happy for him that he is happy that he thinks he's going to do this.
Yes.
Right. It feels just kind of, when you listen to this piece of music, it kind of fits the vibe of this chapter like a very well, in my opinion.
That's interesting. Well, and what's we have to get through some like Herbert and Pip overall are very upbeat and optimistic about things. And I think that's what strikes Pip the most about Herbert is just how he's like his optimism and enthusiasm about this stuff is like he really likes that about him.
Yeah, and I think he likes that he's around somebody his own age kind of. And like he there's several interesting commentaries in here, and like one of them is where he's like, even though his clothes are a little shabbier than mine because mine are brand new, right? He feels comfortable in his where I do not. Right?
Yes.
Like this is a new surrounding for me and I'm trying to get my bearings and I feel uncomfortable. He does not. Right? Yes. And so like what you're talking about, he asks him, he says, just, if you would please, if I'm new to London and new to this society business, so if you have any tips for me, please tell me. Right? I feel like we got a vibe going, I want you to be honest with me. Tell me what's up. And he's like, yeah, sure. And then he just throws that out through the middle of the chapter. He's like, yeah, I'm going to tell you that. But first of all, let me talk about, you shouldn't lick your knife, bro, because that's weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, Miss Haversham, like he just like throws him out there.
It's fantastic. And it's like and in general, and he does it in such a kind way too.
Yeah.
Because he's just like, and typically we don't we aren't so engrossed in our drink that we tip it up so that it touches the top of our nose.
Yeah.
Like, right.
Or when he's like the napkin doesn't go in the tumbler, right? And Pip is like, I can't for the life of me figure out why I was trying to put my napkin in my tumbler, but I was so engrossed in listening to him that I found out that I was. And I was like,
yes. It's fantastic how it's just like these one, this little like here, and it's so funny, and it speaks a lot to how Herbert handles these situations and his outlook, but it also does speak to just still this difference in societies and expectations, right, of these acts, and how things are ingrained in him. As much as he would like to leave his old life behind or thinks it is, like, these are still part of him, and this is still part of who he is.
And for better, and Herbert has at least some background in here, as we find out when we go visit the Pocket household. We do find out that they're related to Miss Havisham in some way. Is it cousins? Something like this.
Yeah,
his dad is Miss Havisham's cousin. Right.
Yes.
But yeah, and his dad is, though. Okay, this is where I got a little bit confused again, because we're trying to figure out who all these people are, right? So we did learn that some things. We got more kind of fleshed out version of why Miss Havisham is doing Miss Havisham things, right? Pip kind of was asked Herbert to tell him more about her, even though she definitely isn't the one bankrolling everything. Wink, wink. And
no,
everything's fine, right? But he also respected Herbert because he was like, "Yeah, look, we get out of the way. Like, I know, I know. We're not going to talk about it. It's fine. It's cool. Don't worry about it."
Yeah, and he does note how it's like, I think Herbert wanted to talk about this so we could get this out of the way, and I felt a weight lifted after we had talked. So I'm glad that we did this. Like, it was this first, like, we handled a difficult, weird conversation, because part of this is also weird because Herbert himself said that he expected to come into some great fortune after having been invited to Miss Havisham as well, but it didn't work out for him, right? Like, he had some expectations coming into this that he didn't get, and now Pip is here too. So I thought that was an interesting note that Herbert had some of those for himself.
Yeah. And so, like, there's this whole thing. We have this, and it's confusing again because we have this, like, we get more backstory about this guy who wronged Miss Havisham.
Oh,
and he was in cahoots with her brother or half brother, potentially, right? But, like, they know Matthew Pocket. So it turns out this Matthew that she's so villainous or venomous towards is Herbert's father.
Yes.
Right? He's the one that they're going to go see. And he wasn't, like, directly involved in these shenanigans, but, like, she was mad about stuff and he was, like, involved somehow, but, like, not directly. And then she's mad at him, which is why she was so yelling about him coming to sit at the table so she can finally see him, because he hasn't come back to see her since then.
Right. Yeah. And that discussion of, well, why hasn't your dad gone back? And he is like, well, you see, like, him showing up would prove to her that he was. And so he is like, oh, right. And so they'll just never talk about this again. Like, nothing will come from this.
Yeah. And so I'm also trying to figure out who the other Pockets are at Miss Havisham's house, right? Because we have the Miss Sarah Pocket. So are they, like, also, like, are they related to these? Surely they are, right? Surely there's not just, like, more Pockets around, really.
No, more.
So like, they've got to be related too. So she's keeping them around, and they come see her. But, like, I don't know, whatever. It's hard to keep track of, and really can't put too much thought into, like, why Miss Havisham is doing things she does, because she's insane. We also learned that, like, he asked about Estella again, and he's like,
this was
when he's like, as far as I know, there's always been an Estella, and he's like, what? He's like, so when did he adopt her? He's like, no idea. She's always there. She is her revenge on the male race. That's what he just.
Well, So here's what I got out of that, because the Estella that we encounter was not very old, right? She was around Pip's age, or maybe a little older, is what I got. I took this to mean that she has adopted girls.
Yeah, that's
raised them up and then sent them along their way.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the vibe I was getting to whenever he said that the way that he said it, right? He's like, as far as I know, there's always been an Estella.
Yes.
Like the way that he phrased that, I was like, oh, okay, this is just the newest incarnation of this like scheme that she's running in her weird mind, like, you know, in her sad broken reality, to get revenge on whatever. Like,
okay, suddenly.
Yeah. So I don't know, but like, also, and so yeah, that's basically this chapter. I did also like though the fact that like they're just like reveling in, Pip is at least reveling in being on his own, right? Because he's talking about like they did have a waiter come up, and he's like, the fact that the dining room is like so nice, but it was only because they borrowed stuff from the cafe. And then the waiter had to come up, and he had to put the chicken on the bed, and the butter, and the coal scuttle, and the gravy on the armchair. He's like, but I didn't care. Like, it made it even more quaint and more interesting. And who cares, right? He was like, it is what it is, and I like it, right? Like, he enjoyed it because it was him and a peer together talking, surrounded by the big city of London, and he's just like, he didn't care, right? It's like, it's not beautiful, it's not pretty, but you know what? It's not a blacksmith shed, so we're good to go.
Yeah, it's different and new and novel. Absolutely. Yeah, and that's what you feel that in he's kind of, you're right, like reveling in this newness on his own thing.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed the conversation with Herbert too. Again, getting back to how just naive Herbert is about anything, because he talks about how he is an insurer, but he's not really an insurer, and it's just like watching stuff.
He's like that. He's kind of, and at this part I think is commentary on the London business ecosystem in 1850, and also potentially modern business ecosystem. He's like, yeah, I'm in he's like in an accounting house or whatever, right? But like, he's just there, and he's like, you have to watch out, and you observe things, and then maybe you find a chance, and then you snap it up and you take it, and that's how you get started, right?
Yes.
He's like, you've got to be in it.
Yep.
You know, he's kind of describing what you would think about as like a modern business internship, right? Like, you go and
when you
kind of just are around, and you have to work for people for either free or not very much money, and because they're assuming that your experiences are going to be more valuable than the dollars they're paying you, which may not be true, but still, like, yeah, you know, it's like it's a very hopeful enterprise, the capitalist dream, but also not usually the reality of the situation. So like, he is still thinking like, oh yeah, well, you just got to be around it, you got to be in it, and you got to get to know people, and you got to like do the thing, and then like maybe your chance will come, and you just have to pounce on it and take it. Like, yeah, that is like capitalism distilled into an idea.
Yes, because there's no particulars about this, folks. Like, this is all he says. Herbert says, then the time comes when you see your opening, and you go in and you swoop upon it, and you make your capital, and then there you are. When you have made your capital, you have nothing to do but employ it. It's like, okay,
yeah, like,
anything else? You just swoop in and you find it. Oh, like, you are talking boldly about something that you have A, never witnessed, and B, like, you have no concept.
That's really not how that works, and that's kind of a made up sentence.
But also, like, you're talking about a commentary on this time of just the intense speculative nature and how things and people were just trying and doing so many things and had no concept of what was actually like, I don't know, like worthwhile or good in pursuit. And they're just doing things to do things because they think that's what's supposed to happen.
And if you need any more proof that insurance is a scam, he talks about like, I want to become an insurer of things to make a lot of money.
Yes.
Right. You see?
That's fine. Typically fine.
Is it? I don't think so. Anyway, towards the end of the chapter, we go to visit the Pocket estate, right? And so like, this is weird because it's like still in chapter 22, but also it's just bleeds into chapter 24. So we just kind of like, yes. Or I mean 23. I mean not 20 because there's a number between 22 and 24. Brandon, you numpty. So we go to see the Pockets, and the Pockets are weird, right? Like Mrs. Pocket, it just apparently likes to lounge about and read. She seems to be under the assumption that she like just barely missed out on being some sort of like royal, right? Somehow, right? In a very confusing turn of events here.
And we find out too that one of the reasons that she's so in like lying in repose and apparently horrible at everything that she does is because she was raised to not do anything. Like,
yes,
she didn't go to school. Like, was it?
Yeah,
like
she was. Yeah, her dad had her expectation was that she was going to be a noble woman.
Yeah.
Right. So he didn't teach her how to do anything. Right. Because you're just going to be a noble and then like you don't have to do stuff.
No,
right. You have to like go to parties and whatever. So that was just her expectation that she was going to marry like a duke or something. Right. And that didn't quite happen. And so now she just lays around in repose. We find out later she's reading a book about titles because one of the people here that is also reading with Mr. Pocket is going to maybe be a duke too. I don't know. But she does have a bunch of kids, apparently.
At least 7.
But at least 7, maybe more. Who knows? A very wide array of ages as well, because there's still some being bounced around by a nanny, and then Herbert is with Pip, you know, balling around in London or whatever. So like, that's weird. But I just like how Pip describes them as these kids are tumbling up. This is how they're being raised. They just sort of like fall about, and then some nannies come and swoop them. And he makes an interesting commentary about how the servants appear to be running the household, right?
Yeah.
And I think this comment, and I feel like maybe that is like a commentary a little bit because like she's definitely not doing any work. We're not real sure. Are we sure what Mr. Pocket does exactly? I don't really know. If we talked about that, I may have missed it. But like, he's about and he's doing his thing. He's studying with people, right? So like, the daily tasks of like being alive are all done by the servants, right? But because the Pockets seem to be so incredibly clueless about what those tasks are, the servants are just doing like whatever.
Yeah.
Right. Like they have no idea like how to live a normal life, like what a normal person would do on a daily basis. And so I guess in that case, maybe this is a bit of a commentary chapter because like it appears that Mrs. Pocket for sure has no clue what sort of things have to go on daily to keep a house running. Right. She knows nothing about cleaning or cooking breakfast or whatever. And so the servants do it. And so because the servants also definitely know that they don't know, they're just kind of doing whatever. They're kind of doing what they want to do and what they think is important for their life in the house as the servants. So like they're trying as much to make their lives as good as they can, which is kind of easy because the Pockets are like so oblivious that they're just like, meh. So
yeah,
instead of serving them, they're just like taking care of themselves and also helping them kind of when it's just because like we're already cooking, so like I guess you guys can have some food too. But like when it talks about how they mislaid the roast or whatever, it's like wait a minute, they did not do that. They just said that.
Yes.
So,
there's obviously a lot of inefficiencies going on here, because he also notes that the servants of the house, right, the maids, like they kept the, what did he commented about, basically like the table was always like way too full, like they, or like it was very rich in food, obviously for them, like it was for them, like you said, and the roast is misplaced, and later we find out that there's something going on with the cook, about how the cook's drunk on the job.
Oh yeah. And like
this is this again, this from the outside looking in, look at these people and how, the wife, lying in repose, not lifting a finger, servants taking everything, what the husband does, we don't know. And I think it's also interesting. Again, you have to think about this. Pip is here for Mr. Pocket to be his tutor.
Yeah.
Like, that's who Pip is supposed to learn from and model in society. So, like,
he was a knife grinder.
Yeah.
That's what he did. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. I just found it. Okay. No, I remember now.
But also, no, but he ground knives, but like, then something happened, right? And then he
like,
I don't understand this transition
it's kind of weird
from knife grinding to not at all.
Yeah, he read with divers who had lacked opportunities or neglected them, and they had refurbished the divers other for special occasions and had turned his acquirements of the account of literary compilation and correction on such means, added to very moderate private resources, still maintain the house I saw. I don't really understand that sentence a lot, but he just sort of like stumbled into this. Is kind of what it sounds like. Like he just sort of accidentally, got a little bit wealthy, and like 100%. Now he like But again, this education is like they just refer to it as reading with people, right? Because there's like other dude here who's kind of a weird, who's like, the neighbor lady talks about how Miss Pocket is the like nosy toady neighbor talks about how Miss Pocket is generally put out by Matthew having to read with so many young men. But not you, of course, darling. Not you. Not like you. The other young men are not like you. And Pip talks about how like he thought the flattery was nice at first, but she was so overbearing at it that he got real grossed out by it and wanted her to shut up.
And he also says she had known me all of 5 minutes, right?
Yeah. He refers to her as viper-like at one point, right? She's like definitely just...
Yeah.
Again, she doesn't seem like a very nice person. And so this whole chapter is just so weird. And like Pip is now here, like, yes, you'll learn how to be a gentleman from this guy. Yeah, who clearly knows really not a lot.
So
this is really exacerbated by the fact that when he does like finally get upset, and Pip describes him as putting his hands in his hair and trying to lift himself up, literally nobody pays attention.
No.
Because we can infer that this happens so often that nobody cares.
Nobody. It's
not his wife, not the kids, not the servants.
It's like nothing is going on. And I think also interesting to just like put a little pin in right here. All of this is orchestrated for Pip's benefit by, we are assuming, Miss Havisham. Why?
But totally not.
Why?
Wink, wink.
Okay, so on one side, Miss Havisham is ruining the women's and girls' expectations of how they deal with men and all that.
Yeah.
Why do we think that she has sent Pip to the cousin that she vehemently
she doesn't despises? Yeah.
Do we think this is for good?
Yeah, no.
No, people.
What is this?
What? Like, this struck me while all of this chaos is going on. I'm reading this, and it was at this moment where I just backed way up here and going, no, like now I could be proven wrong, but like Haversham up to this point is just like this bitter, like jaded, like out to light the world on fire kind of person and burn it all down. And we think that Pip here is supposed to benefit from this. Like this is, he's being shown all of like the worst aspects of this. Probably for a reason then.
Yeah. And I think, I don't know, maybe Pip realizes this because as we transfer to chapter 24 here, chapter 24 is Pip's kind of going, I've gone back and forth between London and a few times, the Pocket's house. And, I've been to the shops and I've got what I think I need for now. But I really want to keep the London thing going on because it's a lot over there. So he goes to Mr. Yeager's to get like money so that he talks to like Herbert and was like, hey, maybe we could keep this place here so that, we could stay. And Mr. Pocket did not object to this arrangement. So he goes to Miss Jaggers to get money because he like wants a place that's not there to stay.
Yeah. He says, it occurred to me that if I could retain my bedroom in Bernard's Inn, my life would be agreeably varied, while my manners would be none the worse for Herbert's society. So he's starting to realize, oh, yeah, maybe that's where I actually need to be, for sure. And Pocket doesn't care because he genuinely doesn't have time or space for anything else.
Yeah. And so again, I feel like this is something else that this conversation is weird because like I didn't really understand, but it sounds like they rented the furniture to fill out the room while he was going to be there. And Pip's like, yo, can I just like buy it so we can stay?
Yes.
Like, is that a thing that can happen? And Mr. Jaggers like, yeah, how much do you need? And Pip's like, I don't know. Great. I wanted to ask you how much I need. And he was like, do you need like 100 pounds? He's like, no, that seems way too much. And they have this weird thing. Like, again, we get a bit of it kind of reminds me of the Pumblechook dialogue where he's like making him do maths. Like all of a sudden, like real quick. He's like, how much is it? He's like, do you want 50 pounds? He's like, no. He's like, 5. And he's like, probably more than that. He's like, well, how much? He's like, I don't know how much things cost. Why won't you tell me?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And so they decide on a number. They decide on 20. I'm like, okay, sure. And then he just goes, give him 20 pounds. Like, all right. And so this Wemmick guy, the clerk dude who just makes all the stuff up, takes him to go set it up, right? Like just...
Well, he's showing him the other people who work there first too, right? Like,
they go, I forgot about the part. They go like upstairs and look at all the other stuff.
Very interesting.
It's like wonky up there and slightly frightening.
Everything's distorted, right? Everything's just a little like unsettling and not pleasant.
And decrepit. It's like very decay-y.
Yes. Again,
right.
More of that.
Yeah. And they kind of show him around and just like look at stuff and go whatever. So this, by the way, I forgot to look it up earlier, but 20 pounds is about $2,000, I would roughly say today. Yes, okay. Definitely. It's like 1,600 pounds, which is somewhere around $2,000.
Okay.
In today's, let's see, 16 was rough estimate. Yeah, $2,100. So it's a lot of furniture.
It is.
But that's what he wanted. And so yeah, they go on a tour, and again, he kind of like hits it off with this Wemmick guy, right? They kind of start having a little bromance thing happening here. Like they kind of start getting a little bit closer to being like friends. They're gonna like hang out a little bit, right? Like, because he's like again, he's a more real representation of actual people, right? And so Pip is like wants to talk to this guy instead, because he's like kind of normal and he's just like a working guy, except for he's got all these weird like jewelry things happening. He remarks on that a whole bunch of times. But they go up there, they do that, they get the thing, and he's like, "Hey, you want to go see him work?" And he's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, do you just want to go see Mr. J? He's your guardian. You want to see what he does?"
Oh yeah.
And he's like, I guess so, right? So apparently in 1850s London, you can just like walk into a courthouse and just like look at what's happening. Right? There's a big, all trials are apparently just in a room, right? And you can just go in and just watch. I don't think that's true now, right?
Sometimes court proceedings are to the public.
That's true.
Most of the times they're not, and nobody cares. But this was entertainment for people. I mean, Pip was.
That is true, right? Like
in the early time, when Pip first got to Jaggers, that was part of his stroll through of that guy who was like, "Hey, do you want to come do this and watch this thing? Do you want to come watch this trial? Do you want to watch this guy get hanged?" And like it was theater to people to go sit and watch this.
Well, I mean, yeah, and I think that kind of is. I think theater is a good definition because that's kind of how Jaggers or Jaggers, whatever, is treating it, right? He's like going insane up there. His like cross examination's like super intense, and he's like yelling and waving his finger around, and he's like yelling at the judge. He's like the magistrate shivered under a single bite of his finger. Thieves and thief takers hung in dead rapture on his words and shrank when a hair of his eyebrows turned in their direction. Right? Like he's just insane. Like,
and what's
going on?
Yeah, is that Pip actually can't figure out whose side he's supposed to be on because
because he's just yelling at everybody.
Everybody.
He's yelling at the witness. He's yelling at the defendant. He's yelling at the judge. And he can't figure out if he's like a defense attorney or if he's like prosecutor. He's like, I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know who's who. I don't know what. He's just yelling at everyone.
Fantastic. Yeah. Again, this like larger than life theatrical character, which is I don't know, like we've seen little bits of that in him throughout this but also then you contrast.
I mean, yeah, when this is like a ramped up to 11 version of whenever he was going at Pumblechook in the bar about the trial in the newspaper, right? Yes. When he kept doing the finger bite thing, and he kept like pointing and gesticulating and making his points, but like this is that, but like insane because he's got possibly because he has a bigger audience, right? Possibly because he's getting paid to do it, right? But either way,
all of the above, yes,
yeah, all of the above. So we end on this note of Pip just being like, "Whoa, what the heck? What is?"
Yes. It's what a way to end and see who this character actually becomes.
Yeah, we get a more look at him because he's been intense the whole time. Like all of the interactions Pip's had with him are intense, like all the way up to now, like including the one we just had, like, how much money you want? Tell me. And he's like, I don't know. I don't know how much money the chair is. Just tell me how much you think I need.
Yes. I came to you for help. And basically it was yet another kind of like Jaggers, another attempt for another cross-examination, right? Another time to put somebody under the screws. And
that is kind of what it felt like. Yeah. Like you just can't help it. He's just like, get him. Oh, okay. Yeah. You just want to know about a table. Okay. I'm sorry. Sure. It's a little intense for that, but So we'll see what happens. I literally cannot begin to predict what could possibly be happening next.
No, I haven't. I'm not even going to try. Again, I've stopped guessing a long time ago. Just like whatever. I'm here for the ride.
It's true. That is kind of what it is. Kind of a ride. Like there is no like, ooh, what is Pip gonna do next? There's literally no way to tell at this point. So we'll see. We've got a couple new characters. Like we have all the pockets. We have the dude who is there also. What was his name? He had a weird name. I just glossed over him briefly because he wasn't really that important yet. But like he was there. Pip wants to hang out more with this Wimmick guy.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting, right? He's got a dumb name. What is his name? Good grief. Oh my gosh. What in the world? We had Miss Collier and this Drummel fella, right? Him.
Yes.
Bentley, whose Christian name was Bentley. This guy. So I'm assuming we're going to see more of them because they're just at the pockets, right? He's at the pockets to do stuff. So my only prediction is that there will be more of this Bentley fella. That's all I got.
Yes. I'll take that bet. Not much more, though.
Not much more, no. That's okay.
No. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. I do have a haiku to end us.
Oh, let's go.
Okay. Old friend on thin breath. Miles echo with children's laugh. Idles into dusk.
Oh, that's good. Oh, it's so good though. Dang.
Well, until next time.
All
yes,
right.
so yes, we will make new memories. It's going to be fine.
Yes, definitely.
All good though. So, anyway, there we go. There it is. Stay warm tonight. I'm looking at the temperature. Sure. It is 0 degrees. So I'm going to go put on my socks before I go to bed.
I actually put on I have slippers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I never wear them. I think Mimi bought these for me at some point.
Yeah.
I'm wearing them right now because it's so cold. They're like the moccasin ones, right?
Yes. I too actually have a pair on my feet right now. And this has been my winter ensemble around the house is like my shoes, my house slippers, and my sleep pants, and then a flannel over a short sleeve shirt. That's me shuffling around the home in the winter time.
I'm not too far off. I have on some sweatpants and a hoodie. So there we go.
That's pretty much it.
Yep.
Very good. Well, on that note, we'll end there and see what happens next time.
All right.
Okay. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.